What's going on, guys? Dark Saint here, bringing you guys another video talking to you guys about the Division. In this video we're going to be covering the strongest gloves build that you can possibly get in the Division. If you guys haven't seen it, I already have a video out on the strongest gas mask, the strongest chest armor, and the strongest backpack. Be sure to check those out as they have some really good information about those three different categories. Okay, as always I'm going to show you guys a comparison between the 182 high end and the 191 gear set. Now looking at these two numbers, you can easily tell that the 182 is actually stronger than the 191. However, running the 4 gear set items does give you the bonus gear set perk, and then running 2 high ends to combo with it could make your attributes and your armor rating a little bit higher. So those are always something to consider when trying to make your strongest build. Now of course both of these run into the tier 2 dark zone, which if you guys don't know, the tier 2 will be the areas between 161 gear set and 200 gear set. And since both of these are there, you can go ahead and you can equip both the 182 and the 191 and absolutely destroy in tier 2 dark zone, which is basically what I've named it. Like I said, it's just the difference between 161 and 200. So if you bring in some 182 weapons to combo with it, you guys can have a wonderful time leveling up in the dark zone and then using that new rank that you have in the dark zone to jump over into the 200 tier. 200 and above will have their own tier with better gear, better loot, and better, stronger, tougher enemies. So you guys might want to go ahead and rank up in tier 2 before you go ahead and you try to tackle tier 3. The next thing we're going to look at is a comparison between the 204 high end and the 214 gear set. And now before you guys jump on me and be like, oh Dark Saint, how do you know what the 204 high end is? There's no blueprints out yet. Well, just so you guys know, the armor value and the attribute values for the gloves actually match the face mask and for that matter the holster. All three of them have the exact same stats. Like as far as range stats, the gloves, the holster, and the gas mask have the exact same stats. So you guys can actually, if you go back and look at my gas mask video, it had some estimations for what I thought they might be, but after I did a little bit more research and I found out that the holster, the gloves, and the gas mask all have the same attributes, it helped it in configuring exactly what they were going to be. No, there is no 204 high-end gloves blueprint out yet that I know of. I don't believe DZ02 has sold them yet. However, these are the accurate stats. If you are able to get your hands on some blueprints, these are what the stats are going to be. So, as you can see, of course, the 204 is higher than the 214s. That's a given. Let's go ahead and jump on to the next one. Okay, before we jump in on how to build up your gloves, let's go ahead and compare your 240 gear set gloves versus your 204 high-end gloves. Of course, your 240s are the strongest, that's a given. However, once you have 4 of them and you have your complete set, running some 204 with some hidden talents on them, might be something beneficial. As you guys know, some of these high-end talents are really, really useful, and those are something you may want to consider running on your specific build. And the stats really are not that much lower. I mean, yeah, it does add up after you add 2 of them in together, but even then it's not game-breaking changing. So I would honestly consider running 204 high ends with a full set of 240 gear sets. That's just me. You guys can build it how you guys see fit. If you want to run nothing but 240 and get your max gear score up to 228, that's fine. But again, I'd like to remind you that if you do run 204 high-end armors, your max gear score would only be 220 versus 228. You lose 8 gear set points, but that's about it. Either way, you guys, I'll leave that option up to you. I'm just letting you guys know what the numbers are. Okay, so you've decided on the gloves that you want. Now for this part, it doesn't matter if they're high-end or if they're gear set armor. They all have the same amount of major attribute slots and minor attribute slots. Gloves actually have 3 major attribute slots, which makes them very useful in combining and making your character stronger as far as damage and damage output. Unfortunately, they do not have gear mod slots, but I promise you, you will not need them, as gloves have some really, really, really powerful skills. Going over them, you have your choices between critical hit damage, damage to elites, SMG damage, health on a kill, assault rifle damage, LMG damage, shotgun damage, pistol damage, marksman rifle damage, and critical hit chance. The marksman rifle and the critical hit chance are actually on the gloves right now, which is why you do not see them in the possible recalibrations. Now first off, I'm going to give you guys my opinion on the best gloves build. giving that you have your 3 major attribute slots, this is what I would run. Now, I do know some of you guys do have specific weapons that you guys enjoy using more often than not, especially those of you guys that enjoy SMGs. You can go ahead and go that route. However, I'm going to give you guys my opinion on the best build. First off, the definitely first thing that you want is the critical hit damage, as it ranges all the way up to 40% increase to critical hit damage. So that's a given. You need that regardless of what you want to do with it. Go ahead and try and get that 40% increase to critical hit damage. That's insane. That's an amazing amount of critical hit damage. The next, you're probably going to want to go ahead and get that critical hit chance, which max is 7%. So if you do want to combo your critical hit chance and your critical hit damage together, you can go ahead and do that on these gloves. Now the third slot, this is where I would put your health on kill. For me, the health on kill works in both PvP and PvE, and it's just a really nice talent to have, especially when you combo it with all the other health on kills that you can get out of other armor pieces. You can get a lot of health back just for killing one enemy. So that's my recommendation. However, I know some of you guys do love your SMGs or your marksman rifles or whatever weapon you enjoy using. If you guys want to go ahead and take out the health on kill because you have it somewhere else and you just feel like you have plenty of health coming back to you, you can go ahead and you can drop in your SMG damage. The critical hit chance and the critical hit damage will combo very well with the SMG damage if that's the way you guys want to go. Or if you guys have any other weapon you want to use, the critical hit chance and the critical hit damage will pretty much work with any weapon. However, with the patch 1.2 coming out soon, you guys may want to consider having more variety. The benefit of the health on kill is it works with any weapon. Anyway, the last thing we'll cover is the minor attribute slot, which of course you guys know is based off of the skill of your choice. It is limited, but whatever skill you guys feel like you use the most, that's where this would go. That'll pretty much wrap it up for this video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to turn in for tomorrow as we go over holsters, and for later on today whenever I talk about what vendors have. Either way, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you later.